is CNN Breaking News.
So we're at the Palmetto Dunes Resort in Hilton Head, South Carolina, as you know. We just went into the pro shop and they have an amazing selection of paddles. They've got shirts, they've got tons of pickleball stuff. It's just amazing. And they've only, I think, started a couple of years ago. We're going to interview Mark Anders shortly. He's the pickleball pro here. But on one side, you have your tennis clinic going on here. Okay, so just quickly looking, you got nobody on this side. And there's just 2 courts. So you have, looks like you got about 10 people learning how to play tennis with one pro. You swing over to this side, and first of all, I love the sign. This is fantastic. And then you have probably over 20 people here doing like learning pickleball. So double the people learning pickleball. This is a clinic, and then at 10 a.m. there's a round robin here. Just amazing. So you can just see how pickleball is growing compared to tennis.
I know some of you, but we got a lot of new faces this morning. In this round robin, my goal is to come out here and have fun, okay? That's my #1 rule. If you get on a court and you have somebody that is not at the same skill level as you, I have one rule. What is that rule?
Be nice.
Be nice to them. It's not their fault. It's my fault for getting them on the court with you. What we do in this round robin is we move people around based on skill levels. Since we got a lot of new faces, I'm not going to get the skill levels right from the very beginning, but I'm going to do my best within the first 10 or 15 minutes to try and get you on a court with people at your own skill level.
David's helping out with the beginner's play here, and he's sitting beside 2 gals that are from Palmetto. That's pretty cool, and he's supposed to be helping out and keeping track of the score, and of course he's been distracted and he's socializing. So, and there's David still over in the corner with a bunch of women. This is how David gets into trouble, hanging around. Anyways, that's it. I'm sure he'll edit this out.
I started traveling up and down the eastern seaboard, and we'd always vacationed in Hilton Head, and the more places I went, the more I compared it to Hilton Head, and I said, this is just an ideal place to be. Somebody said, well, what are you going to do down there? And I said, well, I don't know, but if I like it enough, I'll figure out something to do to keep me there. You know, for the first 3 or 4 years I was here, I tried a couple different things, and I was always a tennis player, and one day they asked me if I would take on some responsibility for running clinics and round robins and pickleball, and I said sure. Didn't know what pickleball was, but I said sure. And so they hired me full time, and I've been at it for 3.5 years.
And I mean, you're trying to kind of match people's skill level, which is nice. So I think that will be an attraction for people to come here and play pickleball at this resort.
Well, it's very different. Normally, if you go to a drop-in someplace, pickleball is mainly played on a drop-in basis. I.e., you go to courts, they might have 2 to 6 courts available. And you end up playing with who's ever there. And you might be able to look around and say, I want to play with that person, that person, that person, that person, but you never figure out a way to get on a court with them just because of the way the rotations work. And what I do here at the round robins at Palmetto Dunes is I try to keep it skill-based. You know, so, and you got new guests coming into this resort every single day, so you don't always know what the skill level is. So I put them out on the courts, I evaluate that within the first 10 minutes, and then after that, you know, I'm moving people around based on skill level, and my experience is that people playing on skill level, they have a great time. And they don't have to be playing on skill level for a whole hour and a half or 2 hours, but if you can get them 4 or 5 good matches, they're willing to step down and play with some people who have lesser skills and teach them the game a little bit. So it ends up working well for everybody. Now when I get people in clinics, I ask them where they're coming from, and they're coming from all over the island. They're not just staying in Palmetto Dunes. They're coming from all over the island. And we started a pickleball club, and we've got people driving in 45 minutes just to join our pickleball club because they like the environment here. It's not something that they find anywhere else, which I think is a big thing. You know, last week, Easter week, spring break week is always a big week on the island. but I think we ran through 475 people in our pickleball program in 1 week. You know, through round robins and clinics and, you know, private lessons and
Amazing.
And, yeah, it was really active. So and that's different than what you find in most places. You know, most places you go to a drop-in and you're going to see the same people every single time you play here. When you come to Palmetto Dunes, you're always meeting somebody new.
Yeah.
We have a great group of people that were just snowbirds primarily that were here for the last 2, 3, 4 months. And, you know, these people have now developed friendships. They're visiting each other in the off season. I mean, you know, and that's pretty unusual from what you normally find in a resort environment. You usually come and experience something and then you go home and, you know, that's sort of the end of it. But now we got people that are inviting people to their homes and you know, oh, on your way back, stop by and see us.
Yeah.
And it's just a great environment. People really have developed some very nice friendships out of the whole thing.
I'm not a big plain margarita fan, but
So yours is a
for
plain?
the sake of the video, I'll do it.
So that's mine.
Actually, that's really good.
That's mine, and yours is, what is your drink?
White sangria.
Oh, is it? Okay. You got a cherry. You don't even like cherry.
No, do you want it?
Throw the cherry in the other drink if you don't mind.
Okay.
I'll eat that cherry. So are you trying the chimichangas or the hot tamales?
Chimichanga.
Okay. Now, you eat tamales at home, but they're like the
The
little
ones you buy at the buck store.
the candy tamales. You
I
know,
ate your box of tamales big 2 months ago, and you've never forgiven me. Then I cleaned the kitchen counter, and I found one hot tamale. I did set it aside with good intent, but then I ate it too.
and
It was still fresh.
you know who I saw in there? I had to go to the washroom, so I went inside.
Don
Guess-
Juan?
No. Working in the kitchen, Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh yeah?
Remember him from the Bugs Bunny?
I do.
He was there with the other one, his cousin, who was barely working. Remember he had
I do.
he had a slow cousin there. I can't remember his name. This is good music. I like this. I feel like I'm actually in Mexico, except that there's the bagel deli right there, and there's like a real estate place down the strip mall. But apart
There's
from
our
that,
bikes. Get our bikes.
yeah. There's our bikes.
You want to see my pet? This
Yeah.
is Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you kiss him, he turns into a dog.
Oh yeah. Let me just get a close up. You don't get within 10 feet, I think, right?
I don't know.
Ah, well, he's getting some sun. Good for him.
He looks pale.
And the nice thing about it is you just ride on your bike. Here's the path, and then, you know, you just look over and there's an alligator, which is awesome.
Oh, he just closed his eyes. Oh,
Now he's
open
opening
them.
his eyes. Let me get closer. Hey, buddy. Anyway, I'll let you have your nap, okay? Big boy. Right behind is the golf course just over there. See you later.